So the big question here is this art or is it a bunch of junk cars in the middle of a cornfield? During our family road trips, we always leave room for the weird and wacky stops, and our journey in Amarillo, Texas was no exception. There are two Route 66 stops we didn't want to miss. First, we want to take you to the legendary Big Texan, a restaurant famous for its colossal 72-ounce steak challenge. And then we'll venture out to Cadillac Ranch, a public art installation and sculpture captivating Route 66 enthusiasts since its creation in 1974. Come join us as we delve into the history of the two iconic attractions. Let's go! Welcome back, Chronicles School. You have Carl here. If you're not familiar with our channel, we're a family travel vlog. We love to go to local spots, tourist attractions, and weird and wacky places. So here on Route 66, we are at the Big Texan Steak Ranch. Look at this big cow.
Can I milk it?
Okay, you milk it. Where's the milking? Go check it out. So I first discovered this from Eiffel and my dad. So I guess they stop here every time they're driving to Illinois. So I told Melissa, me and Rosalie, we want some steak. In 1960, R.J. Lee opened up the Big Texan on Route 66, and he wanted to share the ultimate Texas experience for travelers along the America's Mother Road. Now let's grab some juicy steak before we head down to Cadillac Ranch. And I love the decor. Here's the thing. If you eat this big steak, 72 ounce, it is free. So it looks like you sit right in here if you're gonna do the challenge. There's the one guy, 20 minutes left. Wonder if he's gonna do it. And look how big this place is. Lots of seats. Before the food got there, we got serenaded by some country singers. Pretty good, huh? There's my yummy bone and ribeye and my salad because I haven't eaten any greens during this trip. I would show you the bread, but we ate it all. Man, that steak is so good. Probably one of the best steaks I've ever had. No joke. It's like super juicy, caramelized on the outside. Perfect steak. If you want ice cream, you have to come downstairs. Looks like they have some gelato. Look, Rosalie is eating some. After filling up on steak, it was time to go a few miles and check out Cadillac Ranch. So we're on Highway 40, driving down, and look what I saw to my right. Probably one of the most famous roadside attractions ever. This has been on my bucket list. I just didn't know where it was. So stay tuned right here. We are at the world famous Cadillac Ranch. Right over there, it's Cadillac Ranch. So this area looks like it's mostly farm and a field. So this roadside attraction is on Route 66, and it's just west of Amarillo, Texas. So this was established in 1974. So what we have out there is like 10 Cadillacs halfway into the ground. So how do I learn more about all of these roadside attractions? I actually use the app Roadside America, and it gives you all the cool history about these places. And then the question is, why? So what they wanted to do was baffle the locals, and then what would happen is all the hippies would come here and pay tribute. And so they brought 10 Cadillacs with the nose down, and it's supposed to be the same angle as the Pyramid of Giza. What I'm surprised about, it still stands here on this empty field. There's not much like tourism around. It's just one of those things that you go to and enjoy. So who created these? It was actually a bunch of art hippies called the Art Farm from San Francisco. So these guys didn't do it alone. They had like a silent partner, basically a billionaire from Amarillo, Stanley Marsh III.
It's like Carhenge, but not stacked up, but they're underground.
Rosalie is right. Cadillac Ranch's influence extends to weird and wacky attractions like Carhenge in Nebraska and lawnmowers buried at the Hillbilly Garden and Toyland in Kentucky. We even stumbled upon Cadillacs buried halfway in someone's front yard in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Even though, it's pretty pristine, unlike Carhenge where they don't let you spray paint it, the ant farm, they didn't mind. So that's why when you look here, there's a lot of people spray painting. And there's even a little place that sells the spray paint. So Falcor, this is his second roadside attraction. He saw the 7 Magic Mountains in Las Vegas, and now here in Texas, Cadillac Ranch. Falcor, you're probably the most traveled dog, and this is only your second trip.
That was kind of funny here, driving by, and you're like, what's that? I'm like, Cadillac Ranch? You're like, we gotta go!
Yeah, it's a little bit of a turn that we had to do. So here's an interesting fact. These cars have now been here longer than they actually were driven. It's really, I think, more of a eye on the beholder. To me, this is art. Folk art like this is probably one of my favorite things. And if you have a roadside attraction book, this is guaranteed to be in there. So if you're taking a trip on the Mother Road and you're here by Amarillo, Texas, make sure to stop at Cadillac Ranch. Click right here to learn about another Route 66 attraction, the Blue Whale.